How we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly With It. I'm Will.
I'm Adri.
And what are we playing today?
My father's work.
My Father's Work. So My Father's Work is a game that recently delivered on Kickstarter. It is an app-based game, more for the story elements than the actual gameplay. Some people have asked whether or not you could take the app out. You kind of can, but it kind of loses a lot of what it is. And in this game, we're worker placement. We're trying to complete our father's work over the course of 3 generations in 3 rounds in each generation. Kind of like your life cycle. You're young, you're middle-aged, you're an old person. So with that said, I'm going to flip the camera over, give a brief rundown of the game, and then we'll go ahead and get the app set up and start playing. Now, a word of warning, we may not be able to get this completed. It is a very long game because of how much story is in it. After I think you've played it the first time, you could probably skim the story. So if we do not get all 3 generations done today, then what do they need to do so they can watch the end of it?
Subscribe
And activate notifications. And then that way you will let us know, or we will let you know, or YouTube will let you know when we go live again. So let me go ahead and flip over the camera. All right, so we are set up for a 2-player game of My Father's Work. And why is that?
Because is that the same father of us?
Yes, we are 2 siblings.
What are siblings?
I guess we could be cousins. It's kind of weird. We're husband and wife. I guess it's for you, it's your father-in-law's work, and for me, it's father's work. And this other person is no longer our spouse; it's our lab assistant. There we go. That works. We're changing the story to fit us. Okay. So, as we said, in My Father's Work, it is a worker placement. The book, as you can see here, the Village Chronicle, is closed. We will open this up when the book tells us to, and this is going to give us our map of where we can place our workers. There are also 3 different stories in the box that you can play through, and each one has multiple paths based on decisions of how we do things in the town, whether they hate us, whether they love us, and so forth. So on our turn, we're going to take an action. That action is to go out, collect some type of resources, whether it be animals or dead bodies or gears or cute little potion things that, as you see here, we upgraded. We didn't really upgrade it. Real easy thing. Glitter glue and hand sanitizer. Makes them nice and pretty.
So you did. Is this what we bought?
Yeah, that's what we bought. We bought some glitter glue sticks. It was like $6. I squeezed all of them in there and then put a couple pumps
All of it?
hand sanitizer. There's some
here?
left in there. No, there's some of it. You stir it up. Other people have done other things with like little eyeballs and spiders and sea salt and pepper, and just to make it fancy, but it's fancy. But either way, you can collect potions. What you're doing, you're collecting those. That way you can try to complete some of your father's experiments based on the story and based on what's going through here. Hey, Studio. Good evening. Studio, I think I just need to make you a mod so you can get rid of those spam messages, because I just saw those, which requires me to go into YouTube and get rid of them while YouTube is trying to load. I don't know why YouTube's taking forever. Yeah, so what you're going to try to do is complete these works by completing whatever resources are required. So for example, this one's real easy. It only needs a coffin. When I complete that, I am going to get some things down here on the bottom. Now there's the different sciences. There's the occult, there's engineering, there's biology, and there's chemistry. Doing certain ones may have certain impact on the game. Doing anything occult related, while it does give you some nice wild resources, unfortunately, people don't like that, or I guess your brain doesn't like that, and you're going to go up on this insanity track, which gives you these penalty cards that you need to complete, or you're going to take these malalignment cards. Basically, you're going to have daddy issues on the next generation. So you're going to complete these, get these resources, get some victory points, and you're going to keep doing that because the end game is to try to complete your father's work. In my case, I've got the time machine here. I need to have at least 1 A completed, either during that generation or one that carried over, because you are allowed to carry over 1 work every generation. 2 Bs, 3 Cs, gears, all these different knowledges. And then when you complete it, you do get some bad things that are going to happen as well. Both the insanity and in this case, the creepy track, which we kind of can't see up there, but certain things that you do are going to make the townspeople fear you because they think you're a bad scientist. They think you're going muy loco, as it would be. Let me go ahead. I'm trying to get in here and get these spam messages out of here. Hide that. Let me get rid of these real quick.
What did I say?
Um,
Just nothing.
yeah, it just says girls, hot girls online, blah blah blah, and just that's what it says. So I do that, and then I can report them. This is why we need a regular mod. We need somebody who can show up to the stream every time and take care of this for us. There we go. Understand progress requires sacrifice. Those bumpkins simply can't understand real genius. Occult practices are merely one tool for progress. That was Studio. Studio says occult practices are good. Yeah, see, for whatever reason, like it gives me the dots here in the OBS, but it doesn't let me delete them from there. But yeah, so that's the first thing, is trying to collect your resources. So that way you can complete those tasks. The reason you want those knowledge cubes is you have a knowledge track down here that you're trying to increase. This does carry over from generation to generations, basically your research notes that your kids can have. As you progress, you're going to get some benefits as well, like an extra worker. The B means that you get a free B work that you may or may not have completed, and so forth. The next thing is your manor, right? So your estate. You can also go to one location, pick up an estate tile. Estate tiles are going to have positives and negatives that you're going to be able to add to your board. I could not find anything that said how to refresh this stat. So yeah, I think it only refreshes between generations. Maybe between rounds. We'll find out when we get through these steps. We'll make sure we follow the steps. But yeah, you want to get these because they give you additional places that you can send your workers, and also give you some kind of benefit. Like here, once per generation, you get to add one worker to your pool. And the other will be right back. All right, so that's the estate. The creepiness track I mentioned up here at the top, right now it has not been set. The app is going to tell us where to set it. Right now we start at 0. There is the angry mob. If these two ever touch, then you can only do an action at the church. Basically, you got to pray for your sins and show them that you're a God-fearing individual who is not, part of the occult, which Studio Lanston thinks we need to be part of the occult. If you do that, it'll move you back on the creepy track. And then there is another location where you can make the angry mob go to the right as well. But that's pretty much it. We wash, rinse, repeat over the course of our 3 generations, if we make it that far. Every so often, there may be a story bit that it wants us to mark, meaning that if we go there or do said thing, we're going to go ahead and read the story passage. One other thing is there are some story passages that are supposed to be hidden, of course, because we're playing on the same app on the computer, because I was going to try to show it to you guys, but it's being finicky. We're just going to have to know what those hidden things are, unfortunately. I don't think it'll impact the gameplay too terribly much. All right. A little bit of drink. Now the app is going to tell us who to go first, so Audrey can still tell us about our wonderful Extra Life D20.
Maestro, our 20-sided extra life die.
Yes.
Is because we support Children's Miracle.
Yes, that's what we do.
Through donations, and you can also help the niños that are injured or sick
and injured.
And using the links down below.
Yes, there are links down below that you can click on to make a donation. Of course, Extra Life Game Day is coming up next weekend. We will be gaming on the 5th and 6th for about 14 hours each day. It's 12 hours, give or take a break, plus some overlap. Because, yeah, that's how we do things. So if you want to come out and support us, hang out with us all day in the chat, keep us on in the background, give us some shares, tweets, retweets. Greatly appreciate that. We will have a couple games that we'll be giving away during the live stream, just like we did last year. And then we have a couple other games that will be going into our big bundle giveaway, which currently is valued at a little bit over $300. We will have a couple of our own games that are in our call. Normally we give those out to individuals who make donations, but we'll go ahead and probably throw some of those in as well. So hopefully we can get a very big bundle and lots of donations para los niños.
Para los niños.
See, I did it right. I was trying to say it and I was waiting for you to finish drinking, and my sentence finished before that happened. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start up the app. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen over to the app. It may be blinking while we do the setup. If it does, then of course we will stop showing the app, and we'll just, because I think later it's just going to be us reading anyways. So there is the, well, there was the app. Where'd it go? So the app is not showing, so it's your game capture. Turn it off, turn it back on, right? Turn it off, turn it back on. There we go. So here is the app. All right, so it does doing that little shaky thing, but we just wanted to kind of show you guys how the app looks and works. That is not the app, that is something with OBS doing this. So we're gonna go ahead and do a new game. All right, you can choose the voice, masculine or feminine. I think masculine is a voice actor, feminine, from Tom Vassal's, and this could have been before it was finalized, we haven't gone through it, is like a Cortana or a Alexa type voice. Yeah, it's just like a robot voice. So number of players, 2 players. All right. As siblings of an influential family of Eastern European descent, the 2 of us have received a non-insignificant portion of our family's estate. Before we begin, let us make this historical fiction more engaging by providing our names. All right. So player A, we will say W-I-L-L. That's got too many L's in it. I'm reaching like halfway. I brought us a mouse, and then pass it to story. So it says pass the storybook. So it recommends a tablet for this, or a phone. All right. And then we will do the Audrey. All right.
Blinky, blinky.
It's really blinky now. Oh, it really messed up. Oh, I'm probably all right. Well, yeah, I didn't think that would work. So here we go. We're just gonna flip over, and we will just go through. Oh, the app completely crashed on us. That is why. See, we're using an emulator. Let me try that again. Hopefully this works. But we're using an emulator on the laptop, because I don't remember downloading the app on my phone. I did not. All right, let's see if I can get this up and running again. All right. I would ask if you have any questions, but this is the second time Abdul has gone through the overview. Oh, the box does have secret.
Are you expecting me not to have any questions?
Well, you probably do. That's why most of ours are teach and play. The box does have some secret goodies in it. And it'll tell us when to take these secret goodies out of here. So right now, secret goodies. All right, so let's try this again. Good. All right, we're going through this again. 2 players. Continue. See if I can get through this quicker this time. If this doesn't work, then I guess I'm downloading it on my phone. Although my phone's almost dead. I don't know if your phone has any more battery than mine does. We may be running to get a charger.
43. Right.
Yeah, I think last time I looked what mine was at. I think it's because OBS is trying to pull it in. It keeps crashing this. I don't know why that happens. It's kind of weird, if you ask me. All right, so then it asked me the names. The next is the name of our village. So our village is in Europe. It's a European village. I don't know what to call. It's a Hungarian village. We'll just. I'm gonna have to stand up for this because this isn't working. Okay, we're gonna call it Jigglyvania. Lost my microphone. All right, thank you. So of course, Jigglyvania is an appropriate and fitting moniker for a place to conduct important scientific research. In fact, history will remember this name. Mark my words. All right, continue. All right, so we're doing the cost of disease scenario. All right. Complete the standard setup for the game. Note that the flame track will be, and the starting player will be done by the storybook and the completing page. Retrieve the cost of disease scenario, which we have done. Continue. All right. Herein contains a historical account of a particular lineage, one that spans multiple generations and by all accounts will continue to fascinate historians for many years to come. I have endeavored to provide as a complete scholarly history as one could, well, that scrolls a little bit more than I wanted to. One could provide, given the conflicting accounts and whims of hearsay. While many of the details haunting the imagination, as they may be, stretch the very limits of our human understanding, it is my hope that these texts and the accompanying research materials procured will provide evidence as to their truth. The harrowing and potentially supernatural series of events has the capacity to shake the very foundations of the scientific world as we perceive it. With difference to fellowship and commission this explicit work, though I have never met with these generous benefactors, I humbly submit this biographical account in its entirety and swear by the veracity of the contents within. In good health, Dr. Ensign Ben Wallace. All right. The siblings' arrival claim their considerable inheritance was met with the indifference of a murky countryside, gray and overcast. The sky was heavy with moisture, but could not crack into the tempest, as if heralding the unfortunate circumstances of which they would soon find themselves. Upon reaching the village, a foul stench tinged the air as teams of horses pulled the charcoal wagons like a sign of funeral procession through the muddy streets. Emancipated peasants shielded their faces from the ashen gloom, seemingly unbothered by the display, and went about their somber activities uninterrupted. Several canvas-bound carts lined the edges of the main road, and the dismal gray skin of a human foot sometimes dangled freely from a rip in the fabric. The yellow fever had struck the village, and for several weeks any visit to its somber limits forced the young heirs to keep the cloth handkerchiefs about their mouths and nostrils, protecting them from the miasma. While they were remiss to admit it, it seemed the perfect macabre backdrop in which to advance their father's dreadful business. While the prevailing mood in the village was one of morose caution, the young entrepreneurs saw potential in these darkened streets. A particular ambitious individual could lift this gray village into a thriving city. Perhaps even an aristocrat with coin to spare could make a persuasive argument as to its direction. As the kindred surveyed the dreary countryside from behind the iron gates of their estate, they watched the billowing mist move slowly across the valley. The townsfolk stirred as a disquieting laugh echoed down from the hillside. They were excited to begin their father's work in earnest. So it's scrolling. You guys can't see it because of course I can't show you guys the app right now. It was auto scrolling, so I imagine that was voice narrated there. Click to continue. Within days of their setting into their spouse's liking, the local diocese sent a messenger to speak with each of the heirs about their father's charitability towards the diseased, or lack thereof. The bishop entreated, I've never heard of entreated, them to donate precious time and the money to help aid the sick in the church. Having an extensive background in biological studies at the university, the youth proudly offered their scientific services in subduing the epidemic. The bishop was unenthusiastic about the response and pressed them to change their mind, to no avail. So basically, we want to do crazy mad scientist stuff, and the bishop's like, no, just give me your money. Just money and your time is all I really need. All right, setup. Retrieve the dubious battery cards from the scenario box. Shuffle them, and give each player one, and return the remaining to the box. This card is placed face up near the estate and is activated when the time listed on them is taken. All right, so it's saying these ones here. All right, so these are extra things that might come into the game. So not everything in this box is going to get used. What's that? These are the...
What is it, shuffle? Didn't it say shuffle?
Yeah, it's a shuffle. I don't know why I'm looking at
but only those?
Yeah, only these. Only the dubious bartering cards, which is the people shaking hands. So there's one for you, one for me. All right. If you want to read your card.
It says various chemical concoctions. Gain a heart token when completing a chemistry type experiment.
All right. So mine is reconstructed animal remains. Gain a heart token when completing a biological experiment. So considering it tells us we need to be able to get a token, I'm thinking that means we better get that token out of the box too. There's a weird coin in here. Oh, that's for the mayor. That happens later. So there are heart tokens in here. So if you want to try to get the heart tokens out while I continue the story. Setup. Retrieve the book tokens. I've got those. Place 1 on space 3 of the... Oh, wow, that is tiny, man. Of this track. So 1, 2, 3. Right. Place 1 on space 4 of the creepy track. Okay, got that. Good. When a player piece reaches one of these tokens, they will click on the appropriate link and receive the special message. Okay, next step. Setup. Place a suspicion marker on the 7 and the fire to the left. All right, so that is our setup for the angry mob not liking us. The suspicion marker represents the furthest that the mob will move during a generation. This marker stays in the same location throughout the current generation, and the mob token can never be moved on or past this. Setup. Turn the cost of disease section of the Village Chronicle. Yeah, we already did that. All right. And then turn to page 1. There's page 1. So as we go, the story may have us change the map or change the thing. Now it's saying retrieve the heart tokens. Good thing I had you do that already. From the scenario box, keep them in a supply near the board. Give the start player marker to Audrey. So Audrey gets to go for... This is always the way it is. In the hard games that you don't understand or have never played, it always wants you...
Hearts.
That's fine. We're not going to probably need that many.
So now I don't.
What do? You are the first player. The game is going to tell us in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully. Maybe. So I got my table over here. You're going to take actions. That's what you're accept. All right. So again, one thing I can't show you because, unfortunately, when you get into the app, there's going to be different things that can happen. So the first thing is build a hospital. That's what we're trying to do. In the early years, the church can no longer handle the influx of diseased and needs to expand their facilities. Each time a player visits the church, they may donate funds and assistance towards building a new hospital by paying money to the supply. Depending on the amount, $0, $1, or $2, the player will receive 1, 2, or 3 hearts and lose 1, 2, or 3 creepiness. You do not pay extra money for placing a piece if another player has already been on the church, so you don't have to pay extra for going to the church. Then the 2 things, the attracting attention is a story. The mark of genius down here is a story. These right here. That means it's a story. We'll have to come back over here.
That's the money?
No, the money. Oh, well, it'll give us money in a minute. Right here. Yeah, it's at the start of the round. We're still doing $3. Yeah. So, all right. So that's that. So now we do need to start of a generation. Draw a card from the A, B, and C deck. So I will go A, B, and C. Oh, actually, I guess you should because it says you're first. So I will draw from A, B, and C. Activate any start generation abilities, gain any penalties from the estate upgrade. So at the start of each generation, gain 1 resource of our choice. So if you look at your cards, you kind of know what resources you need the most of. I'll take a vial. You get 1 resource of your choice. A vial, one of the jars.
Este?
Yeah, that's fine. They're all the same. All right. So I put that in the quarters, I guess. There's my resources. You get 1 of what. So you want to look at your cards and see what resources you need, and then get a resource of those. The resources you need are on the left.
Oh, just get 1 of those?
Yeah, A and B are going to be the easiest 2 to complete. C is that harder one.
Oh. So I should get 1 for C.
Well, if you can get that done in this turn, yay! But I don't know if you're going to be able to get done a C in your first turn. I would probably say something to help you just get A done quicker.
Animales.
And there's different animal tokens, but they all do the same thing. There's no difference in the animals. And you just put it in your supply. There really isn't a supply spot. I guess your quarters is your supply spot. Just up there with your people. It's fine. All right. So that is the start of the generation. Start of the round. So we both gained $3.
Where are the dollars? Oh.
So we both get $3. And we both can draw a card from any available deck. I'm thinking this is the first round.
I like this
So I'm going to do that one. So you can draw from any deck, A, B, or C. I just drew another one from.
I'm going to do A.
And unfortunately, I need to do biological experiments, and I have 0 biological experiments. I have all engineering experiments for these hearts. I don't know how these hearts come into play. All right, so now we'll flip back over to OBS.
Where does it say what it is?
What do you mean?
You said that unfortunately
It's the color. So chemistry is blue, biology is green, engineering is yellow, occult is black or gray.
So for me, I have to get chemistry type. So it means I need to have blue ones. This one is chemistry.
Yeah, blue is chemistry.
Chemical
Studio. The A requirements are the easiest and proper and generally give you knowledge. You can't do a C experiment until you've done a number of B. Yeah, until you've done a number of B experiments. Yeah, that's what I was saying. For her, most likely getting a C done is not going to happen. All right, so that is it. That is the setup for the generation, setup for the round. So now take actions. So now you take actions. So these are all the spaces. So we have the cemetery where we're digging up dead bodies, and that makes you creepy. You've got the town hall. That's how you move the mob that way. You have the church. That's how you move your creepiness that way. You have build a building. You have your park, which gives you a vial. Blacksmith gives you your wheels. Farmers give you animals. And then this gives you a wild knowledge token. And I can't remember if the tiles on the bottom.
Can I go?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to check one thing about the plots. I think they're just abilities. The plots, I don't think you place a worker there to activate them. It's just an ability that you can use. Because it doesn't list it as a action, an estate action. It just lists it when you upgrade your building. Yeah. Yeah. So the upgrades, so studio, so they don't need a worker. So that's what I was saying. I don't know if you want to get yourself another worker first and upgrade your estate first, or if you just want to go after your resources first. Doesn't matter. But any of these, you gain these, and when you put them down, you can instantly gain what it says. So this one here, for example, says gain 1 chemist at the start of each generation, gain 2 chemicals. Right, so this will basically get you gain 1 chemical at the start of each generation, but when you take it right now, you'll get 2 chemicals to the vials. This one here, your spouse can take estate actions like a caretaker. Sanity does not cause them to leave. So by getting this, she can do. Your spouse is just as crazy as you are. Yes, yeah, I am. Or more. So that's what that one does. This one here means that you're going to get your, once per generation, you can claim your lost servant. And this one here, gain 1 gear at the start of each generation. And when you build this, you gain 2 gears.
So I need to have at the end all these things?
If you want to complete your experiment, like I said, the playthrough I watched on Man vs. Meeple, they played probably, I think they said 3 or 4 times, and they have never completed their final thing. It's like, it's a perfect scenario where you'll be able to complete this. Like even the designer told them that is like, it is possible, but it's like, you gotta be perfect.
The way I complete an A is in this case, getting those animals.
What's that?
I get this one if I complete those animals?
Yes. So you'll get that. So
I
then when you
already
come
have
down here
one.
and record knowledge, you'll be able to record knowledge.
And I already have an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with more animals.
Okay. No, that's fine. Yep. So you go there, and then so you get another animal token.
Quiero un elefante.
All right. And then so I'm going to send my...
Okay, I still...
Oh, no, you get two because you sent out... You want to send out yourself or do you want to send out your assistant? Your
Send
spouse?
me.
Okay, so you get two animals then.
I like animals.
You like animales. Okay. So I'm going to send my spouse out here. And I'm going to... I'm going to gain 2 gears. So I get 2 gears. Por favor.
They are so nice.
Yeah, all the nice metally deluxe components. Audrey likes her deluxe components. All right, it's your turn.
Okay.
Now remember, the square guy can only do things in your house. She can do things in your house, but it'll make her run away. So it's better to send her out here to do something.
Wait,
Oops, I forgot. Hang on. Oops, I can't. Never mind. I can't get this one. Never mind. I don't have enough money for that one. So hold on. Take that back. Lo siento. I'm going to do this one instead. Because that's all I've got is 3 coins. All right, so I got 3 coins, and then that gives me my... Oh, I was going to have you be purple. Lo siento. Somehow I really messed up, Amor. You are purple.
Because no, it's fine.
No.
It's fine.
No, the people are the wrong colors from how I painted them.
But I thought that you did it on purpose. Like, okay,
No, that was not. That'll make people confused. All right, so I need your spouse. Yeah, give me the spouse one. Here.
What is me?
That one. I messed up. Here, let me switch. Here, so that way they know who we are. You're the purple.
No, he doesn't want to go.
Here. Where'd the... Oh, here. No, what did you do?
This?
Oh, yeah. You're switching to purple. I'm switching to red. Yes.
So I need to do this one now.
Yeah.
But you gave me a circle. Oh.
But yeah, because you should have a circle out there somewhere.
No.
There's your square.
Why do I have 2 circles?
Because you should have 2 circles. I need red circles. What do you... No, I need red circles. Give me that. That's why I made sure that we use the same people. Because that way we can make sure... Okay, so this should be purple. Purple Quasimodo. Alright. Half of our game is going to be putting the bases back
Me
on.
lady. Me husband is in circle? No, this is not my husband. This
your
is
husband. That's yeah. He's a servant. And then this was the servant I just gained. That should be my other square. Where's my other? Oh, here he is. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. He goes back here. All right, you should have a square and your spouse. Yep. All right, we're good. We got the right colors.
He's there.
We're good. We're good.
But why do you have another person?
Because I built this. That's
okay.
I built my servant quarter, so I get my servant now. So I have my servant.
So at start of the turn is grabbing one of these. Starting of turn is moving.
That started the round. Right now we're still in the first round.
So what is the start of the turn?
Now it's the start of your turn. Place a worker.
Place a worker.
So you can get some more resources. You can do your knowledge, which is how you complete your tasks, is through your knowledge. Oops, I forgot to replace the...
I want to go to the park. Is it work?
Yeah, the park. So you get 1 vial.
So pretty.
All right. Okay. So I need gears. So I'm going to send, I want lots of gears. So I'm going to send me out to the blacksmith to get 2 gears. That's what I was trying to do earlier, but did not work in my favor.
And then when we complete this, what?
You get the knowledge.
Right now, like I can say right now because I have the 3 animals.
Well, you kind of don't want to do it with your spouse because she runs away. She gets scared of that kind of stuff. She doesn't like it. So you're probably, or he, yeah. So you're going to need to wait probably till next round to have him do that stuff. Because you'll get all your workers back for next round.
Okay. I finished.
No,
You finished?
But yeah, I'm done. So it's, yeah, you got your one last worker left to place.
So I have to place him here, you said?
I would not recommend that.
Because he runs away.
Because they will run away. Go get you more stuff.
Ay.
Go get you more stuff.
I'm gonna get un muerto.
Okay. All right, so that makes you go up the
What is the difference between
track?
These coffins and this one?
Nothing. They're all the same. Again, cosmetic, just so they're different, just so you have different looking things. That's all. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and have my groundskeeper dude. Perform experiment. So he's going to perform an experiment, which is the tensile joint. So all it needs is 1 gear. That's all. That does give me 1 victory point. And it gives me 1 green and 1 yellow. So 1 engineering, 1 biology, right? And then your turn, but you can't do anything because you don't have any more workers. So you have to pass. Then it comes back to me for my last worker. I'm in the same boat. I'm not going to make my servant go do this stuff because then you lose them. This one here, state affairs. I can either get money or get another experiment card. What do I need later? We'll need another gear and another potion. I can't go to the park because you're already there. Oh, wow.
Oh, we can only stay. It can only be 1 person per place?
Unless you have money. I'm out of money. So I'm going to go there. So I get a occult knowledge.
Occult knowledge.
Yeah, right there. Occult. The black one. The black cube. Sorry, cube. And then that makes me go up once on the creepy track.
I'm purple, you said.
Oh, you are purple. Make me creepy track as well. All right. So that's it. Pausing for dinner. Oh, okay, studio. Yeah, we'll probably still be here. All right, so that is the end of that turn. So now we get to bring all of our workers back. So bring all your workers back. Come here, workers.
She doesn't want to go.
All right, so all the workers come back. It doesn't have an end of turn thing. Or no, I guess that's end of round. Because we passed. So that was end of round, right? Oh, that is the round. That's the whole round. The round is that quick. All right, so I don't think it matters where our people were. Because we're going to bring them back. All right. End of round. Servants on insanity track and some estate actions become lost. Which neither one of us did that. Return all your pieces to your quarters. We did that. Pass the start player token to the next player. Discard the bottom 2. Okay, so we do discard upgrade tiles. So discard the bottom 2 upgrade tiles, and then we get some new ones. Okay, I was about to say that was gonna be a pain if these didn't rotate out, because it could just be bad stuff the whole time. All right, so that's the end of that. So now we do the start of a round. So we get $3 each. All right, I'm gonna move this to here. So 3. And then we get to draw a card from any available deck. I think I'll do a B. I think it'll get me a B. I've got 2 A's and a B. All right. So now I'm the first player. What are the 2 new upgrades? Gain 1 gear at the start of each generation. Gain 2. Okay, that's the same as this one, so it's the exact same. You can only have 1 of a particular name in your estate. This one is the chamber. Gain 1 ingredient at the start of each generation, and gain 1 ingredient. But that makes you crazy and creepy. So you're creepy, crazy, crazy, creepy. All right, where do I want to go? I'm going to record knowledge, but I forget what this does. I think I can get rid of a... When I record knowledge, I think I can get rid of a work to get a new work. I'm looking for estate actions, free actions, estate. Here we go. Record knowledge, place pay, the appropriate amount, cubes, move your marker. All right. Discard to gain a card. Yeah, so the symbol in general indicates when you take a record action, you may discard an experiment from your hand and draw an equal number from the deck. If you move to the 2nd level, biology, discard 2. So it's based on which level you are. Okay. So let me get more stuff and see. Because record knowledge, you don't get to record multiple knowledges. I think you only get to record 1 knowledge. Where'd Studio go? He's supposed to be our helper.
He's having dinner.
He's having dinner. Hopefully it's good dinner. Our dinner was pretty good. I made steaks.
It was good.
It was good steaks. All right. Allows you to record knowledge in your journal, both to pass it on. There are 4 tracks. Above the tracks list knowledge cubes you must spin in order to move the track marker forward. Place a piece here. Pay the appropriate amount of knowledge cubes from your supply and move your marker 1 space forward on the track. You may only move 1 track, 1 space forward. Okay, that's what I was looking for. 1 track, 1 space forward. All right. So I don't think I want to do that yet. I think I want to do that church thing. But I don't remember what that church thing specifically wanted. At the end of the generation, the player with the most heart tokens will gain 5 VP. Okay, so you gain...
Donate.
Okay, so donating gets you more VP. But the problem is I'm only 1 on the creepy track. So if I'm going to do that, I should probably make myself creepier first. Just make myself a little bit creepier first.
No more creepiness.
No más creepiness? All right, well, that's fine. I'm going to send my guy out here for 2 vials. Por favor. Gracias. Tu turno.
How do I move these?
You need the knowledge, so you'll need these little cubes down here to
But
move
how
them.
do I...
How do you get the cubes? By completing these at your perform experiment.
Okay, so I already...
All right, so you want to complete that one. So you want to move
So I give out...
either, well, you have to move either you or your groundskeeper here. Not your, nope, yeah, you. Yep, so you move you there. So then you get to complete an experiment.
So I give my animals?
Back where they go. All right. And then you gain 3 greens. So 3 green cubes. And you get how many victory points too?
2.
All right. So 1, 2. All right. So Audrey's completing experiments. All right. So she's going to complete experiments. I'm going to complete experiments too. Why not? All right. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to perform this experiment here, which is the Good Earth Procurement, which gives me, I need to get rid of a vial and a gear. All right, so I do that, and I gain a blue and 2 yellows. All right. Back to you.
So I completed my chemical preparation.
So you want to
Right.
complete that one?
See.
Then move your groundskeeper, the guy with the square base, down there.
Always when completing, I have to move
You have
somebody's.
to, yep,
And then I give my...
yep. You spin that, and then that gives you 2 blue.
And then when do I move this?
When you do record knowledge, which is basically you'll probably end up doing on your next turn.
Okay, and that gives me 1 victory point.
And 1 victory point. Yep. Oh, I forgot to give myself 3 victory points for my procured earth. So 1, 2, 3.
So my question is, now that I have 2 A's, then those count.
Now
for,
you can do
for
your Although, yeah, I don't even know why I did this one, honestly. You're right, I should have done... Oh, because I didn't have these 2 cubes, and I didn't have an animal. Oh, that was a waste. That was a waste.
But then I will lose them for completing this.
You'll need them. You'll lose them at the end of the generation, yes. You only get to keep 1. I screwed up. I shouldn't have done 2 A's. There was no reason to do 2 A's because you only need 1 A to complete a B. So I screwed up. Because now I've wasted one of my...
I did twice.
I've wasted one of my workers. That's fine. Okay, so I got 3 coins. So that's fine. Because I could have actually I'm going to go back. I'm going to reverse. I'm going to take this back. So I'm going to give you back these somewhat. Because yeah, I shouldn't have done that. All right, so I'm going to give you those back. I'm going to lose 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So put me back at 1. All right. I'm going to complete this one instead. Because I already gave you the bottle and the gear. I need 2 yellow, but I have this 1 wild token. So there we go. That does make me go up 1 on the insanity track, which means I need to take this compulsion. As a free action, move your unused spouse to the lost. So basically I can lose my wife and get 4 points. Is that worth it? My wife is saying no, I'm not allowed to lose her to gain 4 points.
Up to you, William.
But I do that. I gain 1 gear. And I gain my servant. And I gain only 2 victory points, though.
Can I move this way?
Yeah, however you want. It's fine. I just add that way so it filled up that end of the screen.
No, but there is a jiggly.
Okay. So that was my last turn, and then you went and did yours, right, to complete an experiment. Do you want to complete another A, or would you rather go towards a B? Because that's what I just took back.
So that is what my question. One of these is going to work for these, like this.
Any A, it doesn't matter. Yeah, any A counts.
And then I
towards
lose it.
What do you mean by you? No, it stays.
Because this one needs 1A, 2Bs, 3Cs.
You lose at the end of the generation. You do not lose it right now. They all stay here. Like, I didn't just lose mine. See, I still have my A. I still have my B. These are the ones that I've done now.
Okay, so now...
So if you'd rather do a B instead of an A, then I'll let you take back your research.
So
Can you complete a B before you got all these cubes? No?
No.
Okay. All right, then you'll have to stick... Yeah, and then I guess you'll just stay with that action. It's fine.
You mean complete a B when I have all these things, right?
Yes.
No, I don't have all those
Okay.
things.
So I'm going to send my servant out to gain an animal. So uno animal, por favor.
Do you want a bear?
And she gave me a bear. I got a bear. All right, so back to you.
Can I take them out? Ay,
So
so mi
yeah, left did
esposo
you-
has to go to get muertos.
Más muertos.
I get my muerto.
All right. Made this go down. It makes that go down 1. The angry mob's getting angry because you keep digging up their family.
Cemetery.
Yeah, they don't like it when you dig up their family. I need a blue, but I don't have a blue. So I'm going to go ahead and research biology. So I'm going to research biology, which goes there. Now, when you upgrade these, Amor, I didn't mention that, but when you upgrade these, I now permanently have 1 green. So when I need to complete this, I already have 1 green to complete that because I just upgraded it. I can discard cards to gain cards. So I'm going to discard this one. Oops. Discard. To gain a different C. Maybe I'll like this C better. Ooh. No, it's chemistry. I need biology. What's biology? Green. This one. What you want to do is like it for hearts. Okay. You have nothing left, so you have to pass. Right?
Wait, I completed on chemistry type.
Yes.
So I don't have a heart.
You do have a heart. Aw. That's corazon. All right. I'm not going to send her to do that because I'm losing him. So I won't do the research this time. I'll have to do the research next time. I have 3 coins. What do I want her to do? What do I need? I got a potion. I got an animal. Oh, I need blue. How do I get blue? How do I get a blue cube? I can't. I'm gonna have to get a wild cube. All right, so I get a wild cube. That makes the mob not like me more. Okay, so that's all for me. That's all for you. All right, so we take our workers back.
How do they get out of the what they are?
How do they not be lost? Now you can take them back.
Lost?
Yeah, now you can take them back. And then I lose him again. All right. So now we get rid of the bottom 2 upgrades. Let me do 1, 2. Whoa! The Modern Art Gallery, after completing A or B experiment, regain 1 sanity. Okay. Extensive wardrobe. Your caretaker may visit locations in town. Oh, so you can send your caretaker out instead of him having to stay here. All right. So let's see. Servants insanity track. Yeah, so I lost them. Return all of your pieces. Did that. Pass the start player. Discard the bottom 2. All right. So back to you. So your turn. Now this is the last round. So this is the last round for this generation. And after this, you lose anything you don't spend. So any money, any resources, it all goes away. So if you don't upgrade your knowledge or you don't do any of that, you're going to lose it all at the end of this turn.
Okay, so he's gonna go cheat me. I am gonna go get... Do I get 2 of those then?
Do you need to? You're not going to be able to complete 2 experiments. You might. I don't know.
No, I need 1, so I better do
You better send your servant with the round bases.
Sir, oh, then I put them wrong.
No, that's fine. That's your caretaker. That's your your spouse, your assistant. You haven't hired a servant yet, so you don't have a servant yet. That's why I've got 4 and you only have 3. You haven't done anything to gain 1 yet.
And he gives me 1.
1, yeah. So you get 1 per. Yep. You like them. All right. So I can complete this now. So I'm going to send down here to perform an experiment. I need 1A, which I have. I need 1 vial, which I have. 1 vial. 1 animalis. 1 verde, which is permanent.
This one has to be negro?
Yes. Which you can
So
get.
why
You
is
can
that
get.
a
You can get
wild?
here.
You said wild.
And 1 because it's considered wild. It's the occult. The occult is wild. It counts as anything for a different one. But these are occult cards. These cards are specifically occult, right? Because they're the black cards. So that already have a green. So there's my resources. I spent an occult, so I do need to go up on the occult track. Let's see here. As a free action, move an unused servant token to. Okay, so I'm gonna have to lose. I'm gonna have to lose a servant, otherwise I'm gonna be taking some madness next turn. Okay. I become more creepy. Oh, did we gain our... We forgot to gain our 3 gold. Our 3 coins. And 1... We should have gained 1 card as well.
Any card.
Yeah, any card. Okay. And I get $3 for that, for completing this. So $3 more.
And we're running out of monies.
Well, we've got 5s.
Where?
I'm about to spend.
Oh.
There on the other side. About to spend, and I get 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3. That was a big B there. I like that one. Oh, and that's a biology, so I get a heart. 1 heart. All right. Your turn. All of that was my turn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lose my servant or my wife.
You're gonna lose your wife.
My wife's worth 4 victory points, though, if I lose her. My servant's only worth 1. Although I get my wife. How can you get your wife back? Because this one lets me gain a servant back. If you lose your wife, is she gone for the entire game? Oh, no, you get him back at the next generation. Oh, that's good. This is perfect. I can lose her right here at the end because I don't technically need her, I don't think. Okay.
Okay, so I
It's
went
just
there.
she died before I did. That's all.
I went there,
You went
and
there.
I
so
gave
you
me
get
one.
wild, and then you go up on the creepy track.
Okay.
All right. So I need to. Do I want to? I can't amass any more knowledge. I didn't gain any knowledge that last time, so that I can't do. I'm gonna lose the gear. I can't complete either one of these. I won't have enough to do them, right? No, I need 4. Yeah, C's are hard, but one benefit is if you can get the C done earlier, you get 9 victory points for completing it no matter what. If you can complete it in the first round, you get an additional 8. If you complete it in the second round, you get an additional 4. And if you complete it in the third round, you get nothing. So it'd been nice if I could have completed that, but I couldn't. So I'm going to, this guy can't go anywhere. And he can't build knowledge because I have no knowledge for him to build. I can do a state affairs, which I can gain money, but I don't need that much money. I only need, how much gold do I need? There's a funny blurb in the rule book about getting back your spouse. Real life might influence how I played, lose my wife or servant. Yeah, that's what bothered me. As soon as I said I can lose my wife to gain 4 victory points, she gave me a dirty look. Okay, so yeah, it's only $2. Oh, man. All right. I think what I'm going to do, that's fine. So as a free action, I can lose my spouse. I don't need her for this round, so I will lose her as a free action to get rid of one of these cards, which gives me 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as my actual action, I was going to do something else. I wanted to reduce my creepiness. But I guess I don't need to reduce my creepiness.
But why do you want to reduce your creepiness if...
Well, because it was going to give me hearts too. It was going to give me hearts too. Oh, did I increase my creepiness for here? 1 creepiness. I went there twice, which is...
Insanity.
1, 2. Yeah, but I went up on the insanity and there's a creepiness underneath. I don't think I did.
Oh.
Because I did that twice. So that'd have been 2, 3, 4. No, I should be on 4.
This is me.
No. I did that 2 previous rounds. Okay, so I've got a story thing to read now. And I can't do anything else but the church action. So that might make up my mind. But let me go ahead and read the story thing first. That should have been a previous round. All right, 4th space on the creepy track. Click here. All right. The increasingly eccentric actions of the siblings aroused dark memories from the previous generations. The intense rumors once again circulated throughout the village. However, as these same fears were shared more openly, the news attracted opportunities for those with similar nefarious intent. Please click the name of the scientist who reached space 4. That would be Will. Carefully hand this book to the device and do not allow other players to see the screen. Once you're ready, click here to reveal your secret conversation, which again, we're just going to do out in the open because we didn't plan for this. All right. It was unorthodox for Will or anyone of that reclusive lineage to entertain unknown visitors. But something must have piqued their curiosity. A conversation from an evening dinner is noted in the journal entry. Your estate, oh, my scrolly goes way too much scrolly. Way too much scrolly. Go up a little bit. Your estate is simply exquisite. The representative was noted as saying, with an unsettling grin, I am impressed to find a rarefied jewel nestled in such a remote place. But as you have no doubt agree, it can always use improvement, and I would like to offer you support in this. In fact, it was noted that the individual's mannerisms were especially secretive and plotting. A representative from the fraternity of hunters offered their support with a substantial funds, with the hope that this kindness would be repaid in the future. Except to gain money. I don't need more money. I've got tons of money right now. So I'm just gonna refuse. I don't need the money. All right. As one might expect, the next few pages of notes in the journal are filled with unflattering jest and laughter at this absolutely half-witted rube and the seedy proposition that they had offered, and so will wave them away with a flappant disregard for wasting their time. An individual has no allegiance but to oneself. They would not be saddled with some unknown absurd consequences. However, unbeknownst to the semi-virtuous scientist, there was another party that observed this gesture with great interest. Perhaps in time this mystery will be revealed. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so that was from my previous thing. So now it's back to my turn. So I did my free action, got rid of them. I will go ahead and do... I'm going to lose everything. You lose your cards. Like this dude, there's nothing I can have that dude do. Because he can't record anything. And I want to do this. So I can get more hearts. The most I can do is 2 coins to gain 3 hearts. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that is my turn. You have 1 person left.
I have me.
You have you. Your choice is to complete this so you can carry one of them over, or to improve one of your stats. I mean,
I can complete this one.
Okay. So then you would just go down here to do an experiment.
Okay.
Yep.
And then give what I...
Yep.
So I need an A.
Which you have A's. Mm-hmm.
2 of these things.
Yep.
One red. No, 1 blue and 1
occult. So that moves you up on the occult track. So you do have
occult.
Your thing here. It's a penalty card. You have to hang on to it. Try to complete it. That's what I just did with my wife, and that's why
And this one is discarded?
What else is now? What are your rewards? You get 1 jar.
Oh, I get 1 jar.
And 1 in the creepiness. And I should have gone down 3 in the creepiness.
And 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes?
Yep, 6 victory points. Yep.
And now discard.
It just goes, it goes over to the side. All right. The only thing I have left is my caretaker, and there's nothing that he can do technically that will benefit me because it's the end of the game. So I'm just going to pass, I guess. And then you pass. So that is the end of the generation. In the generation, keep 1 incomplete experiment in hand. So you do get to keep 1 in your hand. I didn't know that, but you get to keep 1 incomplete experiment in your hand. What? Did you complete the wrong one?
I know, I need to complete another B, so I get this.
So I mean, yeah, you can keep your C, which is all I've got.
So the rest go.
This one's hard. I think I'm going to do this one because I've already got 1 green upgrade. The rest of them get discarded. So just you have to make yourself a discard pile. All right.
Do I have this B? C.
You still have that. So yeah, just discard. Just throw it like up above so they don't get you confused. Put them above the tray. Yeah, right there's good. All right. Now store 1 of your completed ones. You can store it for the next round. So most likely you're going to want to store a B. So I'm going to store a B. Because B's are harder to get.
That's the
Discard
storage.
discard the other 2.
Board experiments.
Yep, and then discard your other 2. Place your
So I keep this one and the other 2. These are gone.
discard. That's what I said. This one, this is, we just died. That's what happened. We just died. That was the end of our life. 3 rounds, end of our life. So now, now put your spouse, you, and your,
My spouse.
place your spouse, your caretaker, and you into your quarters. Everybody else goes to the lost. All right. Discard all resources and money.
No.
Yep.
I know, but I saved this one because I could complete it almost. Well, I can complete it. I can complete everything but my bee.
That was the. Do you want to keep a different one? I told you you lose everything.
But then you said you could keep one. So how?
You'll lose everything. It's the next turn. You'll have to try to get that stuff.
Look, I have everything but one bee.
I know. Do you want to keep a different card? Keep a different card if you want to keep a different card. Yeah,
No, because then.
Oh yeah, I get that too. You lose everything in war. You have to. So,
I don't.
is there a better C, or do you didn't? Get
I don't
another
have a C. I have only A's and
Oh, so
B's.
yeah, keep it. I mean, you might get it next turn. Get rid of all your resources. Adios. Now remember, we get to get 1 resource at the very beginning.
All my money's to everything.
We set all creepy insanity markers to settle.
Not my heart.
No, it didn't tell us to get rid of the hearts. I think that's going to come up when we read the journal entry. All right. So we're going to go back over to the journal entry to finish off this generation. So second round event. Click here to continue to the next round. Oh, we were supposed to do stuff in between the rounds. Oh. Well, we completely messed that up. So at second round, yeah, we were supposed to, I forgot. It doesn't say that on this card. That's bad. So on this card, we were just following what it told us to do, and it doesn't tell you to go back to the app at the end of the round. So now we're going to do the end of the round stuff, which may or may not impact things. All right. All right, so the end of that one round was a small village, certainly offered a degree of seclusion and a minute amount of rustic charm on the days when the gangrenous bodies and afflicted were not carted in the streets. Yeah, we're just going to kind of skip through that because it's reading all that's not really needed. So here you go, setup. Each player plays 1 and gains a servant from the lost. So we would have gotten a servant.
Each player pays $1.
We would have, if we each had $1 at the end of that round. I did not.
I had many dollars.
You would have been able to get a servant.
I will have not anymore.
This unfortunately should have happened 2 rounds ago. I didn't know we were supposed to do this because the player aid didn't tell us to do that.
Wait, that was nice.
So, yeah. So you would have gained a servant. You would have been able to get more resources.
And maybe would have already come. No. Because I needed a bee.
Well, you wouldn't have had a person to do the experiment, so I don't think it would have impacted anything. But unfortunately, we'll have to put that in our rules clarifications. All right, second round event. Okay, so this is the middle years. All right, so then when we completed the middle years, this event should have happened.
So
perform all starter round actions for late years before continuing.
So we're gonna start the second generation.
So we haven't done that yet. We're going through the round stuff I didn't know we needed to do. Before resolving events, all players should complete all starter round actions, which we would have done. After the untimely death of the current mayor, so basically they are wanting to become a new mayor. So this is especially pressing as the new mayor would immediately gain 3 victory points and make the decision on whether to build a bank or to build a library. So this would have impacted our game on that last round. So all players take the money in hand, secretly choose who wants to be. We're going to reveal the money and determine who's going to be the mayor. I'm just going to say you're going to become the mayor. I'm going to give you the 3 VP because of the screw up, because you would have had an extra servant. and may have been able to do some other stuff. So 3, 2, 1. So it's a little countdown. It says reveal. So we reveal what we have. All right, so who will become the mayor? Audrey is going to become the mayor. Setup, Audrey receives 3 victory points. They also receive the commemorative mayoral coin from the box. And finally, they would choose if you want to build a bank or a library. Unfortunately, this would have maybe impacted some of our turn, because I think these are going to give us new places, but you do get the mayoral coin. I don't know what that's going to do.
That's
Except bank, for each visit to the bank, gain $2. The mayor player will also immediately gain 1 victory point for building the bank. For each visit to the library, gain the knowledge of your choice, not occult. So we're just going to say you built the bank, which would give you 1 VP immediately. So give yourself another victory point. During the heat of summer, a handsomely dressed woman arrived at each estate with a letter in hand. Interestingly, a former business associate of their mother's requested a daughter be put under each of the house's charge, along with a considerable stipend to offset the cost. While the appreciable burden, it was insufferable, irrefusable given the social morals of the time. Being 23 and therefore past the age of reasonable marriage, she accepted the new labors with a somewhat heavy heart and was quickly integrated into the fold. Okay. Setup, each player gains a servant from the lost. So we would have, again, that round we would have gained a servant from the lost and placed in their quarters. If you cannot gain a servant, you gain money instead. So we would have gained more servants. I was thinking, it's like, how do you get more servants? Because you were stuck at 3 the whole game. Set up to turn page, and Audrey gains 1 victory point. So we would have gone to page numero 2, which is basically just flipping the book over. All of that. See, studio's not allowed to go eat dinner anymore. That's the problem.
I gained 1 victory point. So here I heard I should get 1 victory point.
Yeah, because you built the bank. I had
Did you give it to me?
You did, because you got past me, right?
I was here and I had 1, 2, 3. I was here.
Yeah,
so
and then I said give yourself 1 more for the bank.
No,
I did, you did. I said when you built the bank, I said give yourself.
This is really, really
Okay, it's haunted. Okay.
haunted.
You're doing too much with the occult. Okay. So then the last thing is, okay, end of generation. Click here to continue. All right. The late years of first generation is ended. Perform any end of round actions before continuing. So end of round, we did all that, right? Oh, we didn't pass the start player clockwise.
This is
Discard the bottom 2 upgrades. So we still got to do the end of round stuff. I forgot to do all that. All right. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Continue. All right. Count up all the hearts collected by all players. Enter the total number here. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
What? How did you get that many?
I went to the church and prayed.
I didn't go.
You didn't go to church. So 5 total. 5. Continue. Now count up the heart tokens collected by each individual player. The player with the most heart tokens gains 5 victory points. So I get 5 victory points. Por favor.
Sí.
And then click to continue.
Oh, yeah, I need my.
The player with the most heart tokens will keep 1 in their quarters. Okay. Discard the rest. All others will discard their tokens to the box. If there's still a tie, the player later in turn. Okay, so those get discarded. Accept. The player with the most is Will. Bicicleta Will. Remove all player pieces from the board and perform the end of generation. Return all dubious bartering cards to the box. Dubious bartering card. Turn your remaining book tokens. Oh yeah, mine would have already been gone, but remove the book tokens to the supply. This goes back in the box. Okay, confirm. All right. The village of Jigglyvania was, for a lack of more appropriate term, agricultural in its funds, and like many similar small villages, were woefully unprepared for the ravages of disease. Despite the generosity or lack thereof of the family, the church, already severely limited resources, have been stretched to its limit in their distinctly unscientific attempts to stem the spread of infection. With no more donations to call upon, the diocese turned to the local financial institutions for aid. With additional financial capital from the bank, the church obtained the funds needed to build the hospital. Okay. It was said that springtime under a watchful isle of the snow-tipped Carpathian Mountains is a wondrous sight to behold. A single excursion in these rolling hills amongst the paths of split green grass, said to reinvigorate the lonely traveler. It is common to catch the aroma of sweet bread in the air, the sounds of babbling streams and moss-covered roots sipping the cool waters, and the richness of golden honey, sunsets illuminating the countrysides. If but for one season, a certain blitheness, a blissfully simplicity of purpose, alight the torches of poetry in the dark minds of men. Wow, that was a mouthful. Therefore, perhaps it is most appropriate that in the return of the scientist coincided with the season. As thanks for their predecessors' aids in town had become rejuvenated, the ashen greyness of the once dominated the small town had been brightened, like the azalea flowers and the crocus that now bloomed in the window boxes along the streets. The new hospital had become a site of great hope, and the strength for the people in the town was able to weather disease even while the newspapers described the bleakness of the surrounding cities. Due to the work of their progenitors, honorary positions on the board of trustees at the hospital were awarded to the sons and daughters, positions which they sadly could not refuse. However, this controlled proximity to the ravages of disease also offered a boon for scientific inquiries and exploration. This serendipitous push forward in the disease prevention attracted the attention of not only the diocese, but also the scientific community, hoping to replicate their success. There are even rumors of a government-sponsored university, a prospect that caused great tension within the church and the townsfolk, used to the isolated and bucolic existence. The possibilities for advancement and exploitation seem limitless, but would their ingenious and unorthodox ambitions prove too unconventional for the cautious-minded of academia? Or would the pressures of rejection from their peers break their indomitable spirit? So that is that. So it looks like the world is a better place now than it used to be. They dined together on weekends, accepting hosting duties of the benign hypocrisy. As such, many evening conversations descended into more hotly contested subjects of the time. New topic is more pervasive than disease, and most specifically, yellow fever, with the incessant sound of coughing and chiming of the bells in every breeze. While they agreed that the duo of respectable infamous scholars, this problem should prove trivial. It was the actual curing effect that was hotly contested. The disease provided them with a decent concealment of their surreptitious enterprise. Where they would become philanthropists, it may prove detrimental to secrecy. They decided to leave the matter up to personal pursuits. If someone felt industrious enough to complete it, then so be it. So that's basically saying that they were using the yellow fever and all the death as a cover-up for what they were really doing in their experiments. That's what I mean. All of that to say that. That's what some people say is like the whole description of the countryside. Like, that's not needed. Just tell me what happened to the world and what's happening now. Place the yellow fever inoculation experiment near the game board. Any player may choose to complete the experiment as if it was their own. Ooh. What is it? Inoculation. What is it? Yellow fever inoculation. There we go. So to complete that, we need A, 2 B's. What else?
One chemical, one potion, one of these.
One chemical. Okay, we'll do chemical.
One animal.
One animal.
2 chemistries. 2 blue ones. And 2 biologies.
Okay. So that one we just sit here because both of us can complete that. All right, accept. Carefully in the storybook to Will, this choice is read and made within view of all players. Okay. Will already had the player book. Universal interest, journal entry, November 1859, Will. It has been 3 days since I received a letter from the Hungarian government and 2 days since my cousins designed the necessary to make me the target of their ridicule. My parents cared deeply for this hard community, a sentiment that those miscreants know nothing about. I am not some groveler who needs confirmation from the stuffed shirts and the upturned noses of the European academics, but getting to choose the subject of the upcoming symposium that could be very well determined if the university built within Jigglyvania I guess will happen. My parents instilled in me the scientific vigor that far surpasses even the members of my own somewhat beloved family. As I returned from the studies abroad, it was my own aptitudes that spearheaded my cousins into action. Damn them and their jibes. I will show them. In fact, I have already made my choice and pinned my response. It will be I who will be doing the laughing in the end. Choose which sciences our family will focus upon. I'm already up on biology, so I guess I will stick with biology. All right. Carefully hand the storybook to the player with the least VP. That would be me again. No, I got ahead because of the last name. All right. Once you're ready. So this is a secret conversation for Oddity. Can you read it from there?
Planned destruction?
Yep.
From the letters and journal entries of the young entrepreneurs, we can see a deeply seated rivalry between them, spurred onward by feelings of inadequacy, solitude, and betrayal. Nothing was more insidious than the moment when they actively sabotaged the work of others for their own benefit.
So this is a take that thing that can happen in the games. The game does have take that. Basically, I guess it's a catch-up mechanic type stuff. So it says choose the first player that reaches the 35 mark. 35 mark. So you can either say that they have a nasty rumor spread about them. They gain 2 creepy, 1 insanity, or has an unfortunate accident. They lose 4 victory points and an estate upgrade of their choice. So I'm going to close my eyes and let Audrey choose what happens to whichever one of us hits that mark first. Because that's the thing. It's whichever one of us hits that mark first.
So how do you want me to
the
choose?
mouse. You have to come over here. That's why you have to use the mouse and select one of those 2 options. Although we can't tell the people. I guess it'll be a surprise for the people watching too. Did it go to the next screen?
Yeah, set up.
Okay. Oh, that was bright. Okay. So yeah, so it says, oh no, we just do an event. It's not a story. It's this. Okay. All right. So set up. Turn the page to 4. Whoa, I got a purple thing stuck to me. Turn to page 4. Place the suspicion marker on space 7. It already is. And move the fire token to the 6. Then place okay, so it is a story.
The what token?
The fire, the mom.
Where?
6.
Down here?
Yeah. I moved it up because that's where the book was at one point. So it was all kind of in the same spot. Okay. Except we did all that. Good job, everybody. All right, so now we know down here at the bottom, there's a thing. Okay, so we have the Board of Trustees. Due to the efforts of your family, the hospital has graciously awarded you with a seat on the hospital's board. First time you visit the hospital with yourself, you get to click here. So, hospital, yeah. So the first time you go to the hospital with yourself, you get to click there. Any reason you have not visited a hospital by the end of the generation, lose 6 victory points and an estate upgrade. Oh! So we both need to go there at least once. Okay.
With ourselves.
With ourselves. Hospital. For an explanation of hospital actions, click here. So this hospital. Look through your experiment deck of your choice and find an experiment for your choice and draw it into your hand. Once completed, shuffle the deck. You have until the beginning of your next turn to complete this action. Allow other players to begin their turn while you choose. Note, you may take the hospital action with your legal token, but you must only click on the storyboard prompt the first time you visit with yourself. You have until the beginning of your next turn. Oh, to choose your thing is what it's saying. So that way you're not holding up the game. Okay. The cure, whenever a player completes a yellow fever, click for a special message. So, okay, we'll put one on there. The player completes a total of 3B or C or 3B or 3 level experiments. this generation, click there for a special reward. So I'll put this here so we remember. If a player reaches or passes a storyboard on 35, we've already got that. University Symposium. At the end of the second round, a symposium. Okay, so that's the symposium that goes on. All right, so we are there. Studio came back. All this is a lot to do, but makes for such much richer narrative than your average worker placement. Actually feels like you're part of this world and can affect it. Yeah, because I'm a regular worker placement's like, I'm going to place something. I'm going to collect something. Something's going to happen. All right, so I have the first player marker. So now we're going to do start of a generation, draw a card from each deck. So I'm the first player, so I draw one of each. Yep, now you draw. So a, ba, sa, a, be, say. See. Why? Where did it go? Oh,
I think it was
yeah, it was right there. Yep. All right. Activate any start of generation abilities, which we do have. So at the start of each generation, gain one resource of your choice. What was I working on? I was working on a C. Which C was I working on? I guess I could work on either one. Oh, I need dos B. No, never mind. I can't work on a C yet. I need an A and dos B. So I have a B. I will take a animales. We both get one. We get one resource at the beginning of the generation. Let's see. What'd you give me?
Bird.
Oh, I got a birdie. I got a crow.
I also want an animal.
So I activated this. So you gain, start of each generation, gain one resource. So we're activating these tiles in our board. And then servants quarter, once per generation, plus one of my servants.
Okay,
so
what else?
I get my servant. I'm activating my tiles. You don't have any, you didn't do any upgrades. So. All right, start a round. We both get 3 gold, or $3. $3 dues. And I think I'm going to grab another A, just to see which A I like better. Grab one card from any deck and take actions. All right. So I need to complete another B so I can complete a C. So my B.
You told me to grab another one?
Mm-hmm. Of your choice, any one you want. All right, so I'm going to move. I want to complete a B and an A. Oh, dang it. If I would have seen I had this, I wouldn't have done what I did. That's fine. What do we have for locations? Get an additional $1 at the start of each round. After completing A or B experiments, regain 1 sanity. I like that one. The caretaker could visit the town. Because that's what hurt me last round, is I didn't have that. So I couldn't send my caretaker out.
How do I grab more people?
You'll be told to when to do it. I get to because of my servants' quarters, because I bought that last round. So it may either be in a card here, it may be an action that you take, or whatnot. Yeah, like right here. There you go. Labor's Union. So you can spend money. You can spend 1 coin to get one of your people. We didn't have that before.
I think we did.
Labor's Union?
We had something similar.
Well, we built the bank. So there's the bank. You get more money from the bank. Yeah, and then the builder's. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to send my wife out to buy me an extensive wardrobe. Or I guess she's buying herself an extensive wardrobe. So that costs me 1. Your caretaker may now visit town. So now I can send my caretaker out to do stuff. And when I don't want him to do stuff here. I don't know why it told me to keep one of these hearts. Doesn't make any sense. Told me to keep one. Do that or no. Where you going?
We said we have to go to the. But I don't even know.
At some point during this
adventure.
Generation, was it the generation or was it the turn? I think it was the generation we have to. Do the effort. You must personally visit the hospital at least 1 time this generation. So you can either get it out of the way at the beginning, or you can just wait till later. Beginning's probably the best because there's not much else that your guy can do unless you want to get double resources. Because you're not going to do anything down here on the first round.
How many times will I get to go out myself?
Once.
Oh, no. But
Yeah,
This is
you go
what
to
do
the
I
hospital.
do?
So you go
I
to the
get-
hospital.
Yeah.
So let me reread what that did. I think it said something about, oh, you get to search any deck and pick a specific card that you want out of the deck. That's all it does. But first we're going to do the, you visit the hospital. So click here to confirm. Who is visiting? Dr. Audrey Jr. So, the Jiglavania General Hospital is one of the first hospitals in the region, established in 1865. It was an instrumental in changing the public perception of a hospital from the place you go to die to the place of healing with the most modern advanced in medicines. On the day of the visit, several nurses bandied about, treating patients from nearby villages with symptoms of yellow fever. Click on the name who went. Audrey Jr. Carefully pick up the storybook. Don't allow other players to see the screen. And then this is for you, basically, which, as we've said, we're reading it out loud to you guys. So unfortunately, I'm going to see it. So visitation report, Dr. Audrey, note submitted by Nurse Fargo. Relatively uneventful visit, though unsettling. Dr. Audrey requested a tour through the wards. At one juncture, Dr. Audrey approached a patient in the hallway that had been confined to a bath chair. Unprompted, they began a thorough examination of the individual, palpating their hairline and skull with their fingers. To my dismay, they were enraptured by a rash, along with the patient's cheek, which was covered in small protrusions and red boils. You definitely would not be touching them. They insisted on collecting several samples of the fluid they produced. After requesting access to more severe emergency cases, we walked to the grounds. They kept stating that the facilities were unimpressive compared to their own. I shuddered to think what that phrase means. That's it, just story. Okay, so now you can look at any deck you want and pick a card while I do my next move. Technically, I guess you should have been doing that while I was reading. But yeah, since, again, I think that's the best option is for me to go there as well. Just because we both have to, or we lose 6 victory points. And an estate upgrade. Definitely don't want to lose an estate upgrade. All right. Dr. Will Jr. All right. Visitation. Dr. Will, note submitted by Nurse Varga. Relatively uneventful visit, but unsettling. Dr. Will requests tell through the words. At one juncture... Oh, so it's the exact same report. Okay, so it's the same report, so unfortunately we ruined that surprise for anybody else, but I'm thinking if anybody's watching this, they're not caring about the surprises. We both got the same report, so that's fine. But that records in the app that we both did it, so that's all that mattered. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I needed to do. Okay.
Shuffle.
See, shuffle.
It's the thing I cannot shuffle that way.
No, I'll shuffle while you do your turn. All right.
So I went there.
Mm-hmm.
Now I need to send my servant to get some potions. I mean, one.
Yep, 1 potion. Well, no, you can't send your servant. You got to send your wife. He can only do stuff in your house.
My husband, I'm straight.
Oh yeah,
She's
your
straight.
husband. There was a new tile too. It was gain 1 animal at the start of each generation. Gain 2 animals. Oh no, gain 1 at the start of each round, but you gain 2 animals right now. All right. Can I do an experiment yet? So I got my animal. I need a coffin. Because I need an A. I don't have an A anymore, so I need a coffin. So, I guess I'm gonna send my lady in her dress out to dig in the dirt for a coffin, which makes me creepy.
You want a coffin?
Yeah, I want a coffin. Why not? I'm a coffin, right? So then the last thing you have is your caretaker, and can you do that? Can you? No.
No.
So then the only other thing you can do is this. So that allows you to get a coin or...
So why can't he go out?
Because he's too ugly, it said in the book. That was literally the answer. Is he's too ugly? Estate actions recorded here. We go. Estate
I think
affairs.
he's more handsome than
Place a
my
piece here to
husband.
so you draw. You can either draw 3 experiments cards and keep 1, or gain $1 instead. Yeah. So you can either draw 3 more experiments of any combination, or just get $1, get an extra $1 for something later.
I'm gonna get one.
All right. So I got my last one. So I do have enough to complete an experiment. So I'm going to complete my experiment for metaphysical curse. That makes me go Looney Tunes once. So I have a new Looney Tunes card I have to resolve. I get 1 green. One more. One green, 1 occult.
1 occult.
And 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. All right. So I have no more people. You have no more people. See? All right. So this is the end of the round, right? So end of round. Servants on insanity tracks, which we don't have any. Go to the lost. Return all of your pieces to the quarters. Since we both did this, I'll remove that.
He also.
Yeah, he goes back too. Yep, everybody goes back to the quarters. All right. If you look down at the bottom, I don't know if I showed that to you. It shows you where they can go. All right. Pass the start player token. Discard the bottom 2 upgrades. And put 2 more upgrades. Holy cow. Avalanche. Get up there. All right. So we have a private study. Ooh, that's nice. It's expensive though, but you almost have enough gold. You'll have enough gold to do it. Counts as a C.
No, it's 5. I have 4.
But you'll get 3 at the beginning of the next turn.
Oh.
That counts as a C automatically. So it means that it counts as one of your 3 Cs that you need. So I think that's the other thing is I think to complete these, you have to find those. Because I don't know if you'd really be able to complete 3 Cs. Maybe you can invent a cure for this coffin. Studio's making jokes. All right, so now this time we're not going to forget. We're going to go ahead and click here at the end of round to move to the next round. Early years of the 2nd generation has ended. Perform all end of round actions. We did that. Then perform all start of round actions for the middle years. Okay, so we need to do the start of round actions. So we both gain $3. And then we both draw a card from any available deck. I think I'm going to get me a backup bag.
I'm gonna get me.
Give me another bag. All right. Okay. If not now, then when? The cousins pored over this question. How long will they remain relegated to the eccentric footnote murmured amongst the townspeople? Why must they toil in their most important labors under the cover of darkness and stone like vermin? A deep restlessness had set into the minds of each and every cusp of the approval of the academic community. They could not quell these thoughts. It was trivial to discuss this meager experimentations with the solidification of such a poignant legacy repeated fruitlessly generation upon generation, if only time was no longer an obstacle. They vowed to accumulate a wealth of knowledge in their fields of expertise, and that far surpassed the pitiable ruminations of ancient scholars. Perhaps if they had pushed forward to the unknown, they would harness new and untold powers. Their evening conversations spurred them to devise a way to cheat the most sacred and inevitable truth of existence. For if life can be taken and altered by humanity in its most cruel and twisted form, surely the same spark could be endlessly preserved. Click to continue. All right, setup. Give each player a book token. Each player chooses an incomplete track of their choice in their journal and places a token on the 3rd level of that track. Okay, so you just, one of these tracks, you place a token on it.
So that is going to count like I completed it or what?
Wait, if you get that far, then you'll get this story thing. Yeah. As an extra bonus. All right. Carefully handle the book to device. All players. Okay. Click there. Secret conversations. This must be related to my earlier visit that I had. A strange visit consumed by my father had. Consumed by the immense scientific enterprise they had undertaken, the cousins rarely allowed moments to indulge vegetation. However, after they had ignored several missives from a strange organization, a group of individuals arrived at Will's estate with an unsprung cart full of building materials. It appeared that they were aware of Will's parents' refusal to accept a suspicious gift, a refusal that avoided catastrophic consequences too horrible to describe. Ooh, that was a good thing of me. Without a further explanation, though, they had procured the necessary materials to construct a gift and were set upon the task immediately. Setup. You may choose to immediately retrieve and build the reading room estate upgrade at no cost. However, you must pay any cost related to expanding your state's plot. The reading room acts as the same as any other action space in your state. On your turn, you may place a servant or spouse onto this tile and lose 2 sanity. How crazy am I wanting to get this game, I guess is the question. It would cost me 1. I'm going to go ahead and do it, so I'm going to find the reading room. Why not? You can always get rid of these tiles if you don't want them later.
I need more people. I forgot what you said I had to do.
You have to find them. Reading. Where in the world's reading room? Or is that a special one? No. I don't have a reading room. Do we already find it? It's none of those. Maybe it's a level 3? Clean, secret, hedge. It's probably a level 3. Yeah, must be. It should tell you that. It doesn't. It just says from the upgrade tiles. No, there's no reading room here either.
You might from the
estate upgrade. Yeah, may build the reading room estate upgrade at no cost. Retrieve and build. Oh, maybe it's probably in this chapter. That's why. It's probably in this chapter. So now I gotta find it in these. Oh, there's little tiles that cover
all
things
of
up.
this?
Yeah, somewhere. One of these tiles is the reading room. There we go. I found it. Okay. Yeah, not very good storage there. All right, so okay, and then on this one, what it does, it's got a little servant action down in the bottom corner to show that you actually put them on here to take this action instead of it being a 1 generation action. All right, and then I do have to pay 1 for that.
Me?
Hi. Uh-oh. Where'd that go? You see it? There it is. I just to the supply. All right, so I did that. Except, they didn't give us servants like they did last time. Because the labor union's there. So because the labor union's there, you can go ahead and
the
pay
labor
it.
union.
Yeah. Let's make sure they didn't add anything else. All players must place yourself in the hospital space at least once this gen. We already did that, so we're good. The cure, that's the same. Storybook 35, that's the same. 3rd level on the research track, and we did that. In the university, yeah, 3 B or C's. Okay. So I passed the first player marker. That means you are first. So I'm guessing
if I
you want to get that. Maybe.
What? Cool. Count as a C? Yeah. How do I get it?
Dang it. This sucks. So I completed this A and it made me get this, but this happened after this, so I still can't get rid of it. You just put it there, so you go here.
State at first, I forgot about it.
Yeah, but that's fine. As long as you have 1, you kind of don't need to worry about it. Once you get 2, you have to worry about it.
I did this. I went here. Remember?
last turn.
See.
Yeah. So that was that, right?
Must
Yeah.
conduct the
Okay.
state.
Yeah. So you get 2 victory points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. You discard that. Yep. Okay. So you put her here, and then it's going to cost you 5 lottery dues.
Here?
Yep.
That's
Well,
me.
You can put anybody. You don't have to put you.
Because it's
Well, you can't
anybody?
put
No,
no.
because it's ugly.
Yeah. Send your husband shopping.
My husband is uglier.
And your husband is shopping. All right, so I need to do an A to complete this, or I have to get rid of a servant at the end of the game, which isn't too hard. I can probably get rid of a servant. What was I trying to complete? I'm trying to complete a B, right? Because I got an A, I got a B. I need another B, so then I can complete a C. So for a B, I need 2 blue, yeah, which means I need knowledge, or I need to get I've got a wild, so I'm good here. So I could do, let me go out. I'm going to send myself out, and I'm going to get gears. So 2 gears. Gracias.
Why is this book here?
Because that's that one where it says if you complete 3 of either of these this generation, then you'll get a special story. Un especial. Okay, tu turno.
Un momento.
I kind of should look at the rewards too. I shouldn't just go all blindly into something.
I'm going. He
This
cannot
gives me
go.
a
He
green, but then
cannot
I need 2
go.
blues, and I don't have 2 blues.
I'm gonna go here to the farm market.
All right, so that gives you 2
Two
animals.
animals.
Mhm. All right.
I like surprise animal.
All right. So I'm going to send my wife to the market as well for 1 animal.
One? I see, because you're not your wife.
I am not my wife. I am my own man.
You are your own person.
Okay. I don't know. All you can do is stuff inside your house. So can you complete an experiment now?
I can complete an experiment.
You know which one you're working on? Which one do you have completed? Did you already complete that one?
No,
This
we don't
one?
have gears.
Did you
no,
complete
I
this
was no.
Oh, it fell down.
This is the one I chose. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
I think.
You have to complete an A or more. Amor, you have to complete. No, ignore these. You can't do any of these anyways. These are the only 2 you can do.
So I do have this.
What you did you want to take that back?
No, because
Oh, you can complete that
I
one.
can
That's easy.
complete that.
Yeah. Okay.
It
So now
gives
that'll give you.
me-
Yeah, you were looking at your B's and you couldn't even do those yet. So complete this
Yeah.
one.
So,
So
it
that gives
me-
you a blue and a green cube and 1 victory. Right there. Okay. Okay, what do I need to complete mine? I got my wolf, I got my gear, I got my black/yellow cube. That gives me 2 more wild. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna have him come down here. He's gonna complete the mobility enhancement device. That's 1 animal, 1 gear, and I'm going to use the wild for my yellow, which does make me go up 1 on the insanity track. Must record knowledge. Okay. But then I do get 2 wilds back and 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Oh, mine's upside down. Electric balls go up, not down. Okay. So you don't have any more, so you have to pass. So it's back to me.
No, but now I have something.
You don't have any people left though. Shucks. I don't want her to record knowledge. Well, it's my servant. Can I afford to lose my servant? Yeah, because I can buy another one. That's the only problem with buying a servant. Is it? Oh, but it's an unlimited. But it's an unlimited number. No, you can only do it once because it's times 1. So money is equal to an infinite number of servants. I gotta reread that one. Where's that one explained? Should be in this town actions, right? Laborers union, okay. May change depending on the scenario. However, the new servant pay cost is listed like a servant of your color from the lost in place in terms of. We'll have an infinity symbol above this. That means that with one placement, you may perform this action as many times as you like and pay for. So it's only got $1 sign, so it's $1. So yes, you could go there once, pay as many dollars to get all of your servants. You can basically pay $2 and get both your servants.
Oh, but next time.
You can't get these guys though. Yeah, it's just servants. So yeah, so I'm fine with that. So I'm going to put her here because I'm going to have her record knowledge. I'm going to have her record green knowledge, which is going to cost me 2. So I'm going to use 1 wild to do that. So that moves me up there. That does make me crazier again. But I did just record knowledge, so I get 1 victory point from that. And then I must record knowledge again. Yeah, that's great. Store 2 extra resources between generations. So see, as you upgrade them more, you gain benefits. So now with this one, I get to hold 2 resources, or 2 extras. So I get 3 total resources between generations now. All right, so I did that. That's all I can do. I don't have anything left. All right, so that is the end of the round. So end of round, servants on the insanity track, and some state actions get lost. So she got lost. When I went here, I forgot to go up on the creepiness track. All right, we did that. Return all of your pieces to your quarters. So everybody goes back to the bedroom. All right. Pass the starting player marker.
What are the circles? What are the
servants?
So what are the ones you said I could not get? I cannot get another.
Squares. I don't know how you get the other square. I haven't seen anything that gives us that extra square yet. All right, so we got some new things. All right. So now we head over to the app. Click here at the end of the round to attend the biology symposium. So we are now in the middle round. Immediately your second generation is ended. Perform all end of round actions. Did that. Then perform the start of round actions. Always forget that. So 3 gold or 3 coins for each of us. And we each get to draw 1 card. Oh, here it is. There's when you do it. Start of round. See, it says go to the book. I missed that. So we were saying the player aid didn't have it. It does. It's just not very
because
clear.
This means also go to the book.
Yeah, that means go to the book. Yeah, so it makes sense now. And then we draw 1 card
from any available deck.
I only have 1 B and 1 A, so I'm nowhere near getting that objective. Guess I'll do another B. Yeah, I get another B. Why not? You can draw a card too. All right, confirm. All right. The journey to the newly created city of Budapest for the biology symposium was uncharacteristically dour. However, this dreadful murkiness could not dampen the spirits of the two, nor could the sojourn of the marginal accommodations prepared for their arrival. For the cousins, this recognition for their efforts to advance science at all costs was considerably well-deserved and long overdue. The university was abuzz with activity as they attended various events and offered their prescribed greetings. The symposium began with a series of lectures from various noted biologists from Eastern Europe. When it was their time to present, each cousin in turn rolled a large cart covered with velvet blanket to conceal their work until the appropriate moment during the lecture. As noted by several critics, each family member went well over their allotted time, providing eye-opening live demonstrations during the peak of their lectures that required many of the first rows of the operating theater to change into clean outfits after the end of the exhibition. Oh. The spirited presentation stunned the community to abject silence. If it amounted to anything, those in attendance were certainly astonished by the eccentricities witnessed that day. Some weaker-willed individuals were prone to nausea and fainting spells during the speeches, clearly in deference to the astounding breadth of visionary experimentation. But were their efforts enough to sway the most notable scientific minds of the time? Symposium results. Add up the total number of biology experiments completed by all players. Dang it. Settle.
Uno.
Settle.
Huh? Okay.
Biology. Verde. I didn't even have any green experiments to do. Oh, yeah, because I said it was biology. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You would have wanted to find an easy biology one to do. I wasn't even thinking about it. I couldn't. All right. Is the total number less than 3? Click here. Yeah, well, that's not probably going to be good. Preposterous. Of Vaude-Villain sideshow. The scathing negative reviews were most predominant. Steam shot from the abominable contraption's eye sockets as the speaker mumbled rhythmic incantations that, if it had been effect at all, was the cause of ringing in my ears for hours afterwards. Professional scolding soon followed from notable experts in the biology field. Accused of peddling contentious pseudoscience, the cousins were informed that they would not be receiving any invitations for lecture opportunities in the futures. The family returned home, each writing scathing remarks within their respective journals. They concluded that while they were no longer welcome at the university, they were also never planning to return anyways. So we did a muy mal job at our experiments. All right. So now we are on to the... That was round 2, right? Yes.
We are in round
3. All right, so we're in the late round. So this is the last round. And I've got 3 of these stupid things. I need to get rid of them.
But mine was good. Are yours bad?
Well, no. The problem is if you have 2, you have to take one of these cards.
Oh.
And that is not good. Okay. How do I only have 3 people? Oh, because I lost a person. Okay. I think I need both of my people because this is the final round. Because I'm gonna have to get rid of one anyways to do this. Now I do gain a body, but I don't need a body. I could probably do both of these though. Complete an experiment and gain knowledge. I could probably do that. Complete an A experiment. I just need 2 gears. Okay, that's good. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go here and get 2 gears. Por favor. All right.
I give you this gear. Oh, there's this.
What'd you do?
I want to give you another one because I give you the same.
Oh, okay. Good that.
Mi turno.
Same.
So, can I start?
Oh, I forget my caretaker can go to town now.
Can I start by going here?
Yeah.
So if I go there, I can turn in this experiment, which is biology.
Yes.
Too late.
Which too late now.
But
too late now.
it is
Biology was needed on the last
biology unto animals.
The same thing happened on my last playthrough also. We bombed the symposium. Bombed equals failed.
And it gives me 1 animal and 1 craziness.
Scary, yeah. Creepiness. Yeah, so 1 animal and 1 creepiness. And then it gives you 4 victory points.
Sí.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All
right. So I am going to, I'm going to go here, and that's going to allow me to perform an experiment. I'm going to do the one where I just got the 2 gears because it works. So do the 2 gears. That gives me 3 amarillo. And 2 victory points. 1, 2. All right, so 2 terno. Yeah, I don't know how you would get multiple experiments done in a single turn. Like, how would you get that many experiments done? I mean, the most you can complete in a turn...
Es muy difícil.
You could do... I mean, technically, you can do 6. Well, if you can figure out how to get this guy. I don't know how to get him.
Okay, now I'm gonna go here.
All right.
So I get
And that's you, so you get 2.
to get this one. Come with me on this one.
All right, so I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. Oh, hang on. I forgot. I completed a level experiment. I did that, so I get 2. 2. Then I'm going to go here. She's going to buy my 2 servants. All right. I got my 2 servants now.
Oh no,
Okay.
he cannot come here.
No, but you could do your knowledge. You can go here and do your knowledge. Remember, it's the last round. You'll get him back next generation. This is the last part of the generation, like I did with mine. Remember? No, we probably won't do it tonight. No, it's 10 o'clock. We won't do it tonight. We'll do our first impressions of what we've played. Well, really, doing our first impressions. This isn't the full game, so we do our first impressions on the second playthrough or the second part, which we'll do Sunday. I'll move our Sunday stream to like Tuesday. It's fine. Yeah, you could do that. Just bank your knowledge. Get your knowledge upgraded. Get your chemistry. Because remember, if you upgrade that, that's a permanent 1 cube for chemistry.
So again,
you send him here. You can upgrade there.
one.
You can also discard cards to get new cards, but there's really no reason to do that because you're gonna get rid of them all anyways, right? So, all right. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go down here. And I'm going to gain yellow knowledge. And then I'm going to go down here again. That was 1 victory point. I'm going to go down there again. I have 2. Whoops, I forgot. I got to give you these, not. So I gained 1 engineering, and then I did 2 more to gain my 2nd engineering. And that gives me an automatic B for the next turn. Wow, that means you need a lot of C's. So technically I have 2 B's now. I don't have 3 B's. Oh no, that gave me 3 B's. 1, 2, 3. Now the question is, does that count as completing a B for this story objective? You know what I mean? I don't know if that counts or not. Because it says complete 3 B experiments. Is that... I mean, let me reread it, see if it says you have to complete all 3 in this turn or just you have to have 3. Completes a total of 3 this okay, so you have to complete 3 this generation. So having them doesn't count, I don't think. All right, well, it was worth a shot. All right, so that was both of mine. I do have one of those that I can't do anything with. Yeah. That's all I can do. That's all you can do. So that would be the... We still do the...
So I could not complete this experiment.
No, because you need 2 servants if you're going to have the servants do it. What you could do, if you want to rewind this...
Not, but then I would not get...
No, you could do this. Hang on.
No,
You go here. You pay 2 coins. You get your 2 servants. Take your 2 servants, put them there, and complete your experiment.
but it says that circles cannot come here.
No, they can. It's saying you have to discard them at the end of the turn. But it takes 2 servants to complete that action.
Okay.
So now you have your 2 servants. So now you can complete your experiment that you're working on. You can complete that now.
But why did I complete the last one with just 1? Then I did that one.
Because they only have to complete with 1. If the servants do it, it takes 2. It's what they say happens.
Oh, I'm confused with the servant and the
and the caretaker.
Caretaker.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
servants, because they're disgusted by it, so it takes somebody else to give them moral support, I guess. Cultural reward experiment 50.0. Performance event, you place yourself, your caretaker, or 2 servants. So that's the only one that requires 2.
Okay, so now that they are there, I can do this B.
Yes. So you
So
complete that.
is this one's.
Yep.
And this one.
Yep.
And it gives me 5 victory points and 1 potion.
And 1 creepy, which really
And
neither
1
one of these
creepiness.
matter, but the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 victory points might be good. All right. So there we go. All right. So we do end of round. Servants only insanity track, and some estate actions go to the lost. So, nope. All right. Return all of our people to the thing. Discard the bottom 2 upgrades. Zoop. Zoop. There you go. Right. End of game, or end of generation now, because we just finished that. So now we will go here to the end of generation. Click here for end of generation to continue. If any player reaches the 3rd level of the research track, storybook track. No, neither one of us got that far. All right. Neither one of us did this one. We didn't do any of the other ones, right? No. All right. End of round. The late years of the 2nd generation is ended. Perform all end of round actions before continuing. Keep 1 incomplete experiment for the next game. So again,
So
you're
we're
losing your stuff. We're gonna get it set for the next generation, and we'll play that Sunday.
Right. So everything we have to keep it. We leave
Everything's
it here.
staying here. That's why I'm moving the Sunday stream out so we can leave this set up. So you want to look at what you've got and what you're going to be able to complete because of that. So for me, it makes the most sense. See more. For me, it makes the most sense to keep this C because I have 2 green, 2 yellow all the time now. So I'm going to keep this. I didn't
even move those.
I think this is, again, we're going to be able to play this lots because we have 2 more stories we need to play, right? And we have different outcomes, like different ways these stories can go based on what we do.
Yeah.
All right. So.
But I don't have anything that I can kind of complete because I don't have.
Well, remember, you're also going to keep something here. Remember, ignore the completions here.
Oh, you mean?
You're going to be able to keep one of those too. You get to store one of your completed underneath of there. So for me, I'm not going to work on an A again. So I'm just going to store an A. So I have an A already set up and ready to go. But A's again are the easiest one to complete, and you get knowledge for them. Don't want to keep an A is the easiest to complete. Don't want to keep an A or don't want to keep the B. B's are harder to complete. This one was actually a pretty easy B though. It was one of 3 different things.
I never visited the blacksmith.
Oh, to get gears. I think I'm gonna keep the B. I think it's easier. It's better to keep the hard ones. Those 2 get discarded.
So too.
Which one of these are you keeping? You don't know yet. Place self, spouse, and caretaker, so you get everybody back.
Well, we were keeping one of the ones that we did, right? Completed ones.
Yeah, you keep 2, discard those, and then keep one of your incomplete. Get back all your money and your research.
Did you keep a C?
I don't know why it told me to keep that heart. I'm going to keep the heart. It told me to keep a heart. I don't know why it told me to keep a heart, but I'm still got the heart.
I'm going to keep this one, so...
Okay, and then, yeah, you discard the rest. All right. Discard all resources, blah, blah, blah. Reset all creepy and sanity tracks. There we go. And that's going to go back up on it. All right, so you did all that. Reset that. All right. So replace the... Okay. So now we got to do start of generation 3. Replace all the 1 and 2 upgrades with the 3 upgrades. All right. We're not even done much with these upgrades. This reminds me a little bit of, in terms of what you can do in a turn, the hunger. Remember, I felt like you just couldn't do enough to get going. Remember, it felt like everything was just so short and you didn't have enough like building.
All of those things,
like
yeah.
neither one of us have built out an entire build. Well, I mean, I'm closer than you are, but it's weird. And again, it could have been those first couple servants that I messed up and didn't get you. I'll place 4 new upgrades face up. Flip the insanity track. Place 4 new upgrades. Flip the insanity track. Dun, dun, dun. It's sort of looks like it's roughly the same. Oh, you don't get a card every time now because it really doesn't do anything now to have these cards. They don't do anything anymore. So now it's just they increased all the stuff down there at the bottom. Okay. Reminder: state upgrades, journal entries, experiments in hand, and 1 complete experiment carried. All right, so we did all that. Confirm. All right. End of generation. Remove all player pieces from the board and perform end of generation. Any story tokens remaining on player's journal track are returned to the supply. Well, we didn't get our secret done in time. It didn't tell us what to do with that one or that one yet. I guess we'll find out. Confirm. All right. As their bodies withered with time, the failures of the equally outdated scientific pursuits weighed heavy on their deteriorating minds, with only 0 of them discovering the way towards immortality. The cousins wallowed in their own ineptitude. With no sounds of screams and explosions echoing down from the hillside, the townsfolk lost their sense of purpose. A thick fog of ignorance fell across the populace as they returned to the old ways with a righteous fervor. So yeah, we screwed up, I guess. Continued to a more depressing time. In their late years, watching the town forsake science and wary colleagues abandon them, the weight of the injustice was all too much to bear. With fist raised to the sky, cursing the gods, they ended the generations in desperation. The records of this time do not mention any notes of collaboration, yet each individual experienced their own bout of isolation and self-destruction mania. In a rage, they stormed their laboratories, and each shattered retort, each biological anomaly encased in formaldehyde, each rusted contraption that met its end against the concrete floor was a new moment of catharsis. They held their hands in the feeble-minded schematics passed down from generation to generation, haunting them with its unattainable scientific pursuits, and unceremoniously scattered the torn pages across the floor. Finally, they were free from this cursed legacy. Setup. All players return their masterwork experiment to the box. Okay.
The who?
This one, the masterwork, the good one, the one we were trying to do this entire game. Well, that's not very nice. Hush. Accept. All right. They arrived by coach in the cold day in autumn, summoned by the studies abroad in order to claim an inheritance that, despite their reticence, carried with them an extraordinary wealth that they could not resist. The once bright village they remembered from their eccentric youth was mired in gray fog that clung to the ashen streets. The carriage nearly unchained itself from the deep muddy ruts and the dilapidated roads nearby. Not much is written about this time aside from the journal entries from the young scientists that all echo an immediate revulsion towards the circumstances in which they found themselves and the sense of despair among the townsfolk. Photographs show us some evidence that the hospital was still in operation, but its facilities had fallen into despair. The university that had once represented a bastion of new science was reduced to rubble, and in its place a reputable tavern emerged. In fact, several public houses had been built upon the main thoroughfare. When the government denied the town a university, the backlash from the peasantry was swift. The citizens developed a sharp distrust of modern advances in science and medicine, and they were wary of those who displayed signs of intelligence. The grudge they harbored even prevented the extension of the electric grid to a town in most desperate need of modern updates. There was an emptiness in the dusty hallways and barren passages of the ruined estates, and the hollowness pressed upon the cousins' mind most forcefully. For years they would be forced into secrecy, listless and isolated from their colleagues. Their sense of ambition cut short in the most crucial interval. While a visit to one of the spirit establishments would help quell the masses, the indulgence only made the gravity of the situation wear more heavily upon their features. So yeah, we completely screwed up this town. Or, well, not us, because we're these new people. Our parents completely screwed up this town. As many found solace in drink and the blackening of the liver, the alcoholic inebriety soon devolved into one open displays of unfounded accusations against those who displayed even a modest bit of intellect. They took a sense of malformed pride in the depths of their ignorance. Sounds like people in West Virginia. The reputation of a famed scientist, however mild in its influence over the scholars of Budapest, was firmly reviled by the faith-driven townsfolk. It was an easy target to blame their misfortunes upon. They would spit on the ground and whisper curses under their breath as if the best known of the family walked by. All right, setup. The player with the most victory points immediately gains 2 creepiness. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 1, 2. All right. Accept. I don't want to accept it, but I'll take it. It seemed the pervasive gloom of Jigglyvania had infected the halls of the great estates. For when the cousins explored the musty recesses of their inherited homes, they discovered great underground laboratories left in a startling disarray. Volumetric flasks lay shattered amongst the rusted remains of mechanical devices, misshapen and strewn across the floor. And most disconcerting, the tattered remains of the most exceptional experiment. Oh, the folly of the depressed and the aged mind. To those of lesser imagination, this may have been the death knell of their ambitions, but their youthful exuberance could not be shackled by the capricious whims of their progenitors. If the family could not continue the generations of hard work, they would create their own legacy. Click to create a new masterwork. Carefully hand the book to Will. Do not allow. Okay. Masterwork of my own, Will the Third. I was no longer constrained by my fickle whims of my ancestors. I could allow my imagination to run wild with possibilities. Within moments, I set to creating something new and magnificent, something that would cause the scientific world to quiver in awestruck wonder. My creation is from which of the scientific disciplines? I'm high on biology. I'm high on engineering. I'll do biology again. You go occult, just go all dark. Seems like that's what the studio wants us to do. Biology. With my unique biology skills, the creation was already more focused and impressive than ever before. But what ingenious type of creation would I explore? My creation would be described as what? A creature or a superpower? I'm going to be a superpower. Superpower. Give your creature a name. I don't know. Jimmy. His name is Jimmy. He's Jimmy the creature superpower. Jimmy, cost. 1 animal, 1 gear, 3 biology, 3 engineering. Reward, 19 victory points. Gain 1 insanity, gain 2 creepiness. Note, this masterwork still requires 1A, 2B, 3C. My own destiny determined, I resolved to forge a new path into the future to create my masterwork. You may check the cost of the complementing your new masterwork at any time by clicking your name. Okay, so we'll be able to check and see. Technically, I guess we should take a picture of that because it'd be easier. Much easier. Yeah, it'd be much easier than having to pull it up in the app every time. Because I mean, when you're down here, you're
But
looking.
does it save what you do?
Yeah. This is all saving, but I'm saying for us to know
That's it.
on Sunday, which is a couple days later, it's just easier to do that. Okay, that's mine, and then you'll need your phone to take a picture of yours, because it'll have you do the same thing, I imagine. Click to continue. Carefully hand it to Audrey. Same thing. She's not constrained. What do you want? Biology, engineering, chemistry, or occult? Oh, you didn't
Chemistry?
you didn't even put all your stuff back.
What's my stuff?
I know you want your stuff. You're still the, or you're, well, I guess you're not the mayor anymore. That's one thing it didn't tell us to do. It didn't tell us to put back things from the previous rounds. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't tell us to put the coin back. It didn't tell us, it told us to put the hearts back, but it told me to keep a heart. And then it didn't tell us to put back this yet. So you say chemistry? Audrey is doing chemistry. Well, the MU chemistry stills creation was focused, impressive more than ever. Ingenious creation would you like to do? Medicine or drug? Medicine would be medicine. Drug would probably be like marijuana. I'm guessing.
Medicine.
Audrey's going to be the good girl. She's going to do medicine. All right. The noble. What kind of medicine are you making? The cure. It just needs a name.
Ácido.
Okay.
Acid.
A-C-I-D.
O.
Oh.
Ácido. Curativo.
Okay. Okay.
C-U-R-A-T-I-V-O. T-I.
No, won't fit. No más. There.
Cura.
It's
Okay,
acido
cura.
cura. It sounds fancy. All right. The unspeakable acido cura. Let's put her Adri. She needs 2 chemicals, 4 chemistry, 2 biology. Okay. Now Adri has hers. I have mine. And you still need a. But like I said, the Man vs. Meeple playthrough, they said that they've never been able to complete their masterwork. Continue. Setup. Turn to page 8 of the book. We'll get all this set up, and then we'll be ready to go para Sunday. Ocho. Oh, look, it's in a fog. Like it said it was. And then it said new things were set up. Oh, so town hall makes your insanity go down. The pub. You get to get your
there is a pub.
yeah, you get to get your helper, plus there's a story thing. The hospital, you get to draw cards. Farmer's market, that's all the same. Yeah, pub over here. Oh, I guess it resets your creepers. It says 0 instead of go back. And it's a story. Everything else is pretty much the same. All right, so this is bad. So retrieve the creepy tokens from the box. Huh?
What box?
The one behind us. Oh no, here, the Frankenstein tokens from this box. Oh, you've got them. I mean, it says retrieve the Frankenstein. Here, we're not supposed to have the hearts anymore, so you can switch those out. Place the suspicion marker on 5. Oh, amor. Amor. And it made me go up automatically too. Oh, that's no bueno. I don't know how many of them we're gonna need. Oh, I guess you gain one of those tokens probably. Maybe that's what it means. You gain. Oh, here we go. Pub. If your token is overtaken by the mob, in addition to visiting a church, you can also visit any pub. When you visit a pub, mark with this and a 0 symbol, reset to 0 by buying a couple rounds at the pub. Then immediately click. Okay, so this one here. It'll reset you to 0, but you have to buy some rounds at the pub, and then you click here for the bar venture. So whatever that may be. So we'll just keep these here. I don't know what these are for. What do I told you? Masterwork can be completed by taking and performing actions. Masterwork recipe. Completed masterwork. If you've completing a masterwork, click there. Knowledge. At the end of each round, each player will move 1 space forward on the. For each knowledge cube in their estate. Oh, the smarter you are, the more you're going to move up on that track.
That's not true.
Oh, that's no bueno. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get ourselves set up for
That sounds difficult.
just a little. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves set up for the first round. You will be first player when we start Sunday. We draw a card from each of our 3 piles. So all 3. And then I have dos se. Not doce, but dos se. I don't know I guess we can't do this anymore because this wasn't listed as a story item anymore. So I guess this goes back to the box too.
Draw 1 from each?
This isn't listed anymore. Yeah, draw 1 from each. Activate any start of generation abilities gain any penalties. We know what's happening. Start of generation, gain 1 resource. Oh. Store 2 extra resources between generations. So I should have stored. I only had 1 resource. I had 1 occult. That's all I had. I had spent everything else. So does money count as a resource? Yeah, these are. This is the they called this the resource tray, so I'm going to say yes. So I'll keep 1 money and 1 coin. All right. So now we do our estate. So at the start of generation, gain 1 resource of your choice. So basically you gain anything from the resource tray. And I want to do, I said I'm doing biology, right? So I'm going to do this one now. So 3, so I need a green, animal, and a potion. All right, so I'll do an animal. Next, once per generation, I get this one. So I get my servant. Just really don't know how to get that guy. I've not seen him come up on anything. I might have to look that up in Board Game Geek. You already have a C completed. So you have 1 of your 3 C's completed. So you're actually in pretty good shape. Oh, no. I should not have kept a bay. I only need 2 B's. Why did I keep that? So I'm going to keep my A. I forgot I had unlocked this. So I already have 2 B's. So... technically, I've already got my 1A, I've got my 2 Bs. I just need to complete Cs. I need to complete 3 Cs.
What is this?
Oh, you get 1 of these specialty tokens. 1 of these specialty units for your house. Caretaker, yeah. So that was the beginning of my setup. Now start of the round, which is what we will do on Sunday, but we'll go ahead and get ourselves set up. So gain 3 money each.
But we cannot forget we did this part already.
Yeah, I'll remember. And then draw a card from any deck. Since all I need are C's now, I'm just gonna go after C's.
But no, I don't have
Draw.
my main
No, that's
objective.
we don't have a card for that anymore. It's in the app. That's why I just took a picture of. Oh, look at the picture I took for you. Well, what you need is you have what? You have 2 B's, a C. So you definitely need to be able to complete at least 1 A. You have your 2 B's, and then you need to complete 2 C's. So you probably want to get yourself another C, maybe. Because you already have an A. You don't need this, and you have this. You're a card short. Oh.
Yeah, that's the one I kept.
You put it in. Okay, so there you go. So you have 2 C. You don't need this, so you could actually discard that at some point because you've already got your 2 B's. 1 2 B's, 1 C. You need these 2 C's and this A.
But to complete what?
To be able to have the minimum requirements. Masterwork requires 1 A, 2 B's, 3 C's. Same as the other Masterworks. That requirement's still the same. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and flip over. We'll do our little thanks for watching. Studio said, have a good evening. Thanks and good night. All right. So there we go, guys. So that at least was the first 2 generations of my father's work. That took us about 2.5 hours to get through that. But that included probably about a 30-minute review at the beginning, a little bit of setup, a little bit of like the back and forth stuff. They say it's roughly an hour per player once you kind of understand the paces. So we will finish this up on Sunday. So you should see a new stream pop up later this week. So make sure they do what?
Subscribe. Activate notifications. Follow us on social media. And
all that stuff. And that way you will know when we go live. But until then, guys.
Adios.
Peace.